me. What do you want? Why won't you talk to me? Enough. Just tell me, who are you, huh? Final stop. I don't understand. What do you want from me? You gonna kill me? Tell me why. Well, who are you, huh?
Houston. Veronica says goodbye.
I don't know Veronica. I'm telling you, it's a mistake. I don't know Veronica, please. For God's sake, no!
Hello?
CJ?
Houston? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. At least I think it's me.
Houston? I've been so scared when nobody could find you and all that time not hearing from you.
What do you mean, all that time not hearing from me?
Houston, you disappeared 1 month ago yesterday.
A month? So what you're telling me is that 30 days out of my life just disappeared like stepping in and out of the Twilight Zone?
The last time anyone saw you was 31 days ago.
Houston, it was 7 o'clock in the evening when I left the office to go have dinner. Now, you were packing to go to the airport because you had a 9 o'clock flight to Honolulu.
Only you never made it to the airport. The plane left without you. Your car was still in the garage. You just disappeared.
Look, you know, I just remember pieces. I remember a man with a gun pointing it at me. And the flash. I remember thinking I was going to die.
Houston, what else?
Pain. A lot of pain in my head. Cold. I remember going for a ride in a car. In the desert. The man with the gun said, Veronica says goodbye.
Who's Veronica?
I don't know. Look, I think I can find the place that they took me in the desert car.
Houston, get some rest first.
Look, this is a nightmare, CJ. I can't rest. I am not going to be able to rest until I find out what the hell's going on. Let's go. I think I can find the place, all right?
We've been driving around in circles for hours.
You don't really believe me, do you?
It's not a matter of believing and not believing.
You know, they tried to kill me.
Houston, if you just rest for a couple of days, then maybe...
Houston! Looks like she was beaten to death. Her name was Veronica. At least that's what the anklet she was wearing said.
Anything else?
Only a key. Belongs to a motel about 10 miles from here.
I'd like to take a look at that motel.
You should know the local sheriff's department is not anxious for you to get out of their sight.
There was always fighting, you know. Either that or partying. Look at this mess. Huh? 3 weeks. Fighting, partying, he beating her up, them making up, then they're partying. She was some sexy dame.
The man she was with, her husband?
You know, I think she liked getting knocked around by him. They say they don't, but most women do.
Could you identify the man?
Identify him? That's easy. That's him right there.
You're lying.
You're saying I'm lying?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been here before. I've certainly never seen this creep before.
Oh, that's a laugh. Who are you calling a creep? At least I don't beat my women.
Houston, I thought you said you didn't know where you'd been the last month.
Big guy. She was always calling him big guy. And he called her Tweety. My little Tweety pie. Pow!
The whole thing's a setup.
Mr. Houston, I'd like to advise you as to your rights. You have the rights to remain silent. If you wish not to remain silent...
I know what my rights are.
I'm Mr. Houston's lawyer. I represent him.
Shut up, sweet cheeks.
No need to take that tone of voice. I can speak for Mr. Houston and Miss Parsons.
Who asked you? You're out of your jurisdiction here, cop. All right. Cuff him up.
Houston!
Baker 8 and Baker 9. We got a jail jumper to catch, boys. It's going to take a whole gauntlet to catch us one. The suspect is heading west on Highway 4. Intercept at the Aqueduct cutoff.
Houston!
Yeah, dispatch. Patch me through to the county fire department. We got a gasoline fire at the old service station on Aqueduct Road.
Thank you, Leon. I'd like to place a person-to-person call to Houston, Texas. My name is Truman Masters. The party I'm calling is Mr. Elgin Cody.
Yeah, operator, I'll take the call. Yeah, Truman? Yeah, I picked up this morning's LAP.
Well, it seems our Mr. Houston's the most elusive fellow. In fact, he's put us ahead of schedule.
Well, you know me, Truman. I always like to start the day with a smile.
But he can't do anything, and even if he tries, he'll only help you all the more. I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, you do that, Truman, you do that.
Balcony, no less. You can almost see the screen.
Well, CJ, when you're a wanted man, you sacrifice front row center for a little anonymity.
Well, you now have wheels. The brown convertible in the parking lot.
Whose are they?
Girlfriend of mine. And here's $300 cash. I'll get you more when the bank's open in the morning. How much do you think you're going to need?
Probably a couple of thousand. I'm going to be out in the cold for a little while.
Houston, on the phone, you said you thought you knew who set up the frame.
The more I think about it, the more I'm sure, CJ. Elgin Cody.
Well, he has the time. He has the money. Oh, my God, Houston. He also has the need. This week, he finally goes to trial.
That's right, CJ. Now, if he discredits me as a witness, I'm a fugitive wanted for murder.
And he goes free for everything. For trying to take over Houston Industries, for hiring that double to impersonate you, for killing that plastic surgeon, and for killing that other man.
Yeah, that other man. CJ, it's a damn good frame. I mean, how am I going to prove that I didn't live, love, and beat up that poor girl in the hotel?
Unit 6, Adam 4.
Hey, it's a damn good frame. I don't even know where I've been.
Proceed at maximum.
And it's a little scary. Come on, let's go.
Hi. Room's over here. Now, this is bound to do wonders for my reputation. I mean, single lady cop checks in the middle of the night, joined at dawn by another couple.
Not to mention putting a strain on your career, all this aiding and abetting stuff. I'm not going to forget this.
Who says I'm going to let you? If there was ever a fugitive I'd love to aid and abet.
Maybe I should wait in the car.
No time. We've got troubles.
That chief witness against Houston,
Sleazeball?
Mr. Monty Parks, manager of the Desert Motel. Well, he made a formal statement in the district attorney's office yesterday afternoon, signed and notarized.
All that proves is that the man can lie under oath. What we got to do is figure out a way to shake up his story a little bit.
Problem is, we're not going to have that chance. 5 minutes after he made the statement, he dropped dead of a heart attack on the courthouse steps.
The noose tightens.
Right.
Houston, I've been thinking about this hypnosis thing. I'm trained, and I'm good, and I've helped a lot of victims and witnesses recall details of crimes through hypnosis. But this going into your mind, find out what happened to you the last 30 days. It's going to be scary for you.
In what way?
Well, whoever framed Houston...
I think that it was Elgin Cody.
That man down in Texas?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, the point is, if Cody is behind it, or who's ever behind it, he's hired himself one hell of a specialist. He's taken 30 days out of your life, Houston. And who knows what else he's done while he's been playing around with your gray matter.
You trying to tell me that they planted little bombs inside my head with triggers in the subconscious? I mean, I know it's been done before, but it's just rumors.
The Manchurian Candidate, 1962. Frank Sinatra and Lawrence Harvey.
Mind control. The Russians have been experimenting with it for years, and we're not far behind.
So what you're saying is, if one of those little bombs was triggered, it could set off any one of 100 different responses.
To tell the truth, Houston, if we do set off one of those bombs or triggers, or whatever you want to call them, the only thing that CJ and I can do after that is to buy ourselves a couple of watering cans and water you every day just like we would any other vegetable.
All right, well, if that's the case, if the only way we can figure out this whole mess and figure out what I've been up to for the last 30 days is get inside my head, let's do it now, huh?
Okay. Have a seat. You're drifting deeper and deeper into sleep. Houston?
Yeah.
You're very relaxed and comfortable, and you're feeling good. Now, I want to take you back to a day about a month ago. You're getting ready to leave the office for the airport. You're going to Hawaii on a vacation. You're in your office. Now, I want you to see yourself in the office. Now, tell me what you're doing.
Packing. Finishing packing.
Go on.
I'm moving to the elevator. Waiting for her.
The elevator is coming up. You wait for the doors to open. The doors open. You enter.
Houston, Veronica says goodbye.
No! Veronica. I don't know a Veronica.
Houston, I'm going to bring you back from the pit. Okay, you're out of the pit. You're safe. Everything's fine. Now relax. Relax. In real life, did Houston ever have a traumatic experience like this?
Well, yes, he did. As you know, his father was a very wealthy man. And when he was just a very little boy, he was kidnapped and held for ransom for several days. The men who did it tormented him. One of them held a gun at his head and repeatedly threatened to kill him. He had nightmares about it for many years. I think one of the reasons he decided to become a private investigator was because they never caught the men who did it.
Houston, when you were a boy, you had a terrifying experience. You were kidnapped, and you were told you were going to die. Now, the men who held you could be using that fear to control you. You're going to have to fight to overcome the fear. Now, I know it's not going to be easy, but will you try?
Yes.
It's the night you're going to Hawaii. You're waiting for the elevator. What happens next?
I'm waiting for the elevator. The doors are opening. 3 men in the elevator. Spraying something in my face. I can't move. dark, black. They're a big room. Cold. Noise. So loud. Oh. Pain.
Time to go on another trip, Matlock. Time to die again.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not. You. Taking me to the car. It's a station wagon.
Where are you?
Buildings. Office.
Your office?
No. Take me to the desert again. They're gonna kill me. No!
Houston. Houston, I'm bringing you back now. Back to the present. Okay, you're back, and everything's fine. You're going to awake, and you're going to remember the building where they held you.
I know where it is. I know where they held me. Nothing yet. How'd you do?
Well, the building is owned by a corporation based in Hawaii, but no one seems to be able to figure out who owns the corporation. It's a shell within a shell.
Any chance of getting a search warrant for this place?
Legally, slim to none. Being a fugitive for murder doesn't exactly make you a stellar witness right now. And besides, you're the only person who said the people in that building did something wrong.
I get your point. In any case, I gotta go in.
How?
Well, while I was waiting for you, I checked out the security system. It's a nice one, but I think I've got it handled.
You think?
We'll know for sure in a second. Got it handled. Check out the office. I'll see what else is around here.
Andrea, I just struck the mother lode. Houston, everything's here. Everything that they did to you and the dead girl. It's all neatly chronicled like medical records.
There's even a file of Monty Parks.
Him again?
Yeah, his fatal heart attack wasn't natural.
Anything more on the dead girl?
Yes, her name is Veronica Sims. She worked for Cody Oil, more specifically Elgin Cody.
Cody liked to keep tapes of his phone conversations. She ran across some of the tapes that apparently proved all your charges against him.
Those tapes could put Cody in prison for the rest of his life, if not the death house.
For some reason, Veronica was afraid to go to the authorities in Texas, so she flew here, was going to try to get in touch with you and give you the tapes.
Before she could do that, Cody's people intercepted her. They did some pretty nasty things to her. She gave them the tapes, most of them. For some reason, she wouldn't tell them where the last 3 tapes were.
So they became convinced that you must have...
You all right?
I think so. Andrea?
Forget it. She's dead. We gotta get out of here. Window is our only chance.
Houston, you must know this is pointless.
How do you know they're not waiting out there for you?
I don't, but I do know that they're waiting in here for us. I'm gonna go out first. I want you to follow. And I'll cover you, okay? Are you ready?
Houston, I love you.
Houston.
Sounds like they broke the window over there. Around back, head them off. Quick, go on and get to the car.
Oh, great. I hit the window and I lost the file. This is all I've got left. CJ.
I've been hit. Houston, go back and get that file.
Yeah, right. Come on.
Mike, come in the alley. Stop before they get away.
Why don't you guys get some coffee?
Thanks, Lieutenant.
How's CJ?
She's out of surgery. Doctor stopped the bleeding, so she'll be just fine.
Thank God. The building where you were being held, where you say the files were that could prove you were being framed, big surprise. 4-alarm fire. Leveled the place.
No, I left Andrea in there.
I'd say the only chance you had now would be to find those 3 tapes the dead girl had. The ones she died for, rather than give up.
She's got family in Texas. They might know something, but as you can see, I'm a prisoner.
A prisoner being held for murder. That's why it'll be so unforgivable. That's why the reprimand that I receive will be so severe. Imagine a police lieutenant with my years of experience allowing a prisoner like you to escape. Like I always said, you lousy PIs are like lightning rods. You're always drawing trouble.
Mr. Sims?
Yes, sir.
I'm Matt Houston. I wondered if I could talk to you a little bit about your wife.
Veronica? You know where Veronica is?
You suppose maybe we could talk inside?
Sure, come on.
Tell you, I don't like it with Houston on the loose. He's dangerous.
Relax. According to our sources, he's still somewhere in Southern California.
And if he isn't, if he's here?
Elgin, in 2 hours, you'll be in court. Your trial will resume. Your lawyer will move to have all charges against you dismissed because of lack of evidence.
If Houston shows up, and if he has those damn tapes...
He won't show up. In 2.5 hours, the judge is going to rule in your favor, and you'll be acquitted. And then so what if Houston shows up? You can't be tried for the same crime twice, and that's the beauty of it, Elgin. It's the good old American way.
You didn't find any tapes, did you? They're just not here. The ones who came before, the people that broke in, they tore this place upside down. They even took the insulation out of the attic.
Well, she had the tapes. Now, she had to hide them someplace.
Well, they're not here.
Look, out of all the tapes, she hung on to 3. Now, why those particular 3 tapes?
I don't know.
I mean, what were they worth? Why did she... Mr. Sims.
Yes.
Your daughter, well, she's got lots of stuffed animals and dolls. That's your favorite, isn't it?
It's Ernie. We tried to get her to give it up for a newer one, but it's old and dirty.
Honey, can I see Ernie for a minute? I'll be real careful with it. Thank you. She hid the tapes in the doll.
Houston, what the hell's going on? I just heard on the news that you're wanted for murder. Now, do I go to trial against Cody today or don't I?
Look, I'll explain all that later to you. Point is, I am in town, and I've got some tapes that'll put Cody in prison for good. There are too many people hunting for me, and I need safe conduct at the courthouse.
Give me the address.
Mr. Houston, Agent Mercer, the District Attorney's Office.
It's a pleasure. Listen, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you.
Pleasure's ours. I understand that you have some tape for us?
Yeah, they should determine the future of Elgin Cody.
Very good. We've been waiting for this break. Let's go.
Can I help you?
Sergeant Klein, District Attorney's Office. I'm here to pick up Mr. Houston.
I wondered when you'd catch on. Well, I grew up in this neck of the woods. I know that this is definitely not the way to the courthouse. I'll take your gun now, nice and easy. Who are you? Does it matter? Your gun. You work for Cody?
Hardly.
You work for the specialist. Man who likes to play games with people's minds. Man who sends all of his records to a house on Winchester Street.
You know, I wanted to wait till we got out to the fields before I shot you. I didn't want to mess up the insides of this nice, clean car. The gun.
Right.
run, Houston. It's too late for you to testify now anyway. Let's get out of here.
Tell me, Mr. Cody, how does it feel to have been acquitted?
I always knew I would be. I always had faith in our system of justice. It's the American way. Now, folks, hold it one at a time, please. Just one question at a time. Matlock Houston. I thought you'd be long gone by now. You're a wanted man.
You're gonna change all that for me, Cody.
You better run along now, Houston, before I call the police.
I want a signed confession from you. Handwritten. Confessing to everything it is you've done to me.
Won't do you any good. I can't be tried for the same crimes twice. I've already been cleared of all charges.
Well, it'll get me off the hook.
And if I say no, you're not going to kill me.
See, I really don't have anything to lose.
Okay, you win. Why should I care whether you fry or not? I'm free. Now say anything you want, Houston. Anything you want. Tough luck, Houston. Here goes your last chance. Now you'll be wanted for 2 murders. You're finished.
CJ, it's him.
Houston, where are you?
Well, you know I can't tell you that, counselor. That'd make you an accessory after the fact.
I just talked to Hoyt. You're a wanted man, pal. The FBI has people looking for you in every state of the union. Houston, I'm scared. Why don't you turn yourself in before some trigger-happy cop nails you?
I'd never be able to prove myself innocent behind bars.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna find a man that likes playing games with people's minds.
The house on Winchester Street.
Your 3 minutes are up, sir.
Houston.
Yeah, I know, CJ. You take care, all right?
the last episode of Matt Houston.
Houston, Veronica says goodbye.
I don't know Veronica.
The last time anyone saw you was 31 days ago.
Look, I think I can find the place that they took me in the desert.
Could you identify the man?
That's easy. That's him right there.
The whole thing's a setup.
Mr. Houston, I'd like to advise you as to your rights. You have the rights to remain silent if you wish not to remain.
Time to go on another trip, Matlock. Time to die again.
Houston, on the phone, you said you thought you knew who set up the frame.
Elgin Cody.
This week, he finally goes to trial.
That's right, CJ. Now, if he discredits me as a witness, and I'm a fugitive wanted for murder.
And he goes free.
I want a signed confession from you. Confessing to everything it is you've done to me.
Okay, you will. I'll say anything you want, Houston. Anything you want. Tough luck, Houston. Now you'll be wanted for 2 murders.
I'm telling you, it's a mistake.
For God's sake, no!
I knew it. It's him. It's the guy, Matt Houston. I just saw him. He's sitting over in the diner right now.
Good food. They're after you? I don't know what they want you for, but I've been duck hunting most of them boys. And if you value your skin, I sure wouldn't try anything fancy. Your name Houston? Matt Houston?
Yes, sir, it is.
Henry, cover him up. Take your men, get your car, and head around to the other side. Come on, guys. Hey, nice pooch. Hey, buddy. Second boy, go on. Down, boy. Down, boy.
You men go that way. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Those fellas out there, they're after me for something I didn't do.
Perky, cover the wash.
You believe me, don't you, son?
No, wait. Perky, go over there. You gotta be around here somewhere.
Nathaniel? You see a white man come running by here? Well?
He went that way, like a bat out of hell.
Go on back, head him off.
I'm sorry, sir. There's no answer.
Oh, look, please, I know someone should be there. Could you just let it ring a few more times?
You said your uncle was on a trip. Maybe he just isn't back yet.
No, I know he's there. I got word from my office this morning that he called from Tucson. I was trying to get in touch with him when I ran into the sheriff.
And you think he's the only one that can get you out this trouble you in?
I know he is. He's got lots of old contacts, old friends.
I'm sorry, sir. There's still no answer.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Mama, we have to get Houston to his uncle.
Look, I appreciate the offer, but well, Tucson's over 300 miles from here.
He's very sad, Mama. His uncle's very sad. I think maybe it's for him.
Well, it's not for me. Well, it's my aunt. See, well, she passed away recently, and well, they'd been married for 46 years. I just found out about it yesterday.
Houston and his uncle need each other. It's important.
Tomorrow soon enough?
Tomorrow's okay.
Have some dinner, Mr. Houston. We can get started first thing in the morning. Nathaniel knows things, Mr. Houston. He was dead once. He was only 5 then. Fell in the river and drowned. Doctor said he was dead for 4 hours. After that, he just knows things. People's come from miles around just to get him to touch them. And he'll tell them things they don't know. Sometimes it pays us to come to prayer meetings. Far away as Dallas.
Tell me, Nathaniel, what do you see in my future?
Apricot pie. I see apricot pie in your future. Once you've finished Mama's pork chops. And magic. Be careful of the magic. They'll use it to kill you. You'll like my Mama's apricot pie.
Morning. You must be the FBI.
Truman Masters. Special Agents Baker, Wells. I told the sheriff to meet me.
Sheriff took a search party out this morning on horseback. See if he could find any trace of that Houston fella in the foothills.
I want to go every place Houston was seen in this town. Talk to everyone he talked to.
I talked to him. I'm the one that spotted him there. I come over and I told Henry about it. And I'm the one that ought to be getting that reward, too. Don't forget it.
What did he say when you talked to him?
Well, he said, hi.
Hi?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was already sitting there in the diner. He come in, he sat down a couple of stools over from me, and he looked right at me. He said, hi. I didn't say nothing.
So the extent of your conversation with Houston was hi.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what to say to him. I mean, just a few minutes later, I knew I'd seen him somewhere. I come run over here.
I'd like to see this diner.
Follow me.
California. You ever go to Disneyland, Mr. Houston?
Yeah, lots of times.
If you beat the magic, if they don't kill you, will you take me?
Nathaniel!
If I beat the magic, I'll take you on every ride twice. How's that?
Tucson. That's what he said. He sat down and said, I'll have a bowl of chili, a cup of coffee, and the bus scheduled to Tucson. Anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you.
Want me to show you the junkyard where we lost Houston?
Yeah, sure. Baker, go with him. Check it out.
Yes, sir.
What's the matter?
Roy Houston.
Who?
Roy Houston, Matt Houston's uncle. I knew Houston would try to get to him. I tried to get to him myself, but he's been out of the country on a world cruise. He must be back in Tucson. That's why Houston wants to get to him.
So who is he?
Man somewhat famous in his own right. Retired college professor. He's written books on criminology, forensic medicine. More important, he used to be with the company. He said he practically started the company when it was called the OSS back in World War II.
With his contacts, he got access to your old files.
Therein lies our biggest danger. Well, if it isn't our star eyewitness.
You should talk. FBI. That might have fooled old Henry, but you ain't talking to Henry now, boys. I've been checking on your little automobile here while you was in the diner there. It's a rental job. You boys are bounty hunters, aren't you?
It seems we've been found out. And it seems we have a new partner.
Yeah, I read an article over in the barbershop about guys like you. How you're always going after guys that jump bail and they think they're gonna be safe.
As soon as we get rid of the body, I'll call for help. Houston and his uncle are next.
Nathaniel wakes up. You tell him if I make it out of this, I won't forget about Disneyland.
Nathaniel already knows that. He's worried about you and your uncle. Mr. Houston, you be careful.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Uncle Roy! Uncle Roy!
What? I read.
All right.
Your aunt kept saying, fix the wine rack. Fix the wine rack. I talked to CJ this morning. I've been expecting you, boy. I even picked up some clothes that might fit you. God, I missed you.
Masters,
Houston just arrived.
right on schedule.
Please, this is important. Can't you wake him up?
Anything?
The uncle's on the phone, has been for a couple hours. He's calling old friends back in D.C., trying to get a line on you.
How much do they know?
What you look like, the name you're using, the house on Winchester Street. And they guessed you were government trained.
Make sure we know everyone the old man's contacted. They'll have to be eliminated, too.
Yes, sir.
Fellow, we have to identify deals in mind control. Yeah. The name we have on him is Truman Masters, but it's probably a phony.
Keep the rest.
Thanks a lot.
My friend is checking. He agrees that it sounds like your specialist is or was probably sometime a shrink.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, after what he did to me, taking 30 days out of my life, probably making me kill that girl.
He didn't learn that in medical school, which is why I agree he was probably trained by the company.
Well, that's why I was trying to get a hold of you. I mean, you're the only one I know that has contacts with the company, and you and Flo were off on a sailboat. I'm sorry about Flo.
So am I, boy. At least I was able to give her a lifelong dream. Sail to Tahiti. Never seen her look happier. Oh, yeah, I'd like to get a hold of Nellie Cochran, but she doesn't have a telephone. Yes, I know I'm a pain in the britches, but I am your pain in the britches. Now, you know I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Oh, and one more thing. When you're running your checks, see if Winchester Street turns up any gremlins.
According to what CJ dug up, there are over 75 Winchester Streets. That's just in the major cities around the U.S.
What are you doing?
Drinking wine.
You don't drink that wine, you sip it.
I'm thirsty.
And drink water. This wine is older than I am.
Everything's ready, sir.
As long as I can remember, you've owned this place. Daddy and I used to visit you every Thanksgiving. Why are you selling it?
Money. That's what folks usually sell their homes for.
You always... Cricket stopped.
We're playing in the big leagues now. I suggest... You go out the back door. Cut?
Yeah, cut. I'm out of ammo.
Couple of pistols in that box over there.
Here.
I make 4 out front.
At least 2 in the back. The hell are these? Foreclosures? Past due? You're not selling the house to pay these.
Matlock, there's a time and place for everything. Right now, in case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a small war.
The hell with a small war. Tired of small wars. Tired of my life being turned upside down.
I think you got their attention. I wonder what they're up to.
I know you were never rich. Not like Daddy, but you never wanted to be. I know you got money for the books that you wrote. You had your teaching job at the university till you retired.
Was made to retire.
You should have had plenty of money. This house should be paid for.
Don't you understand? Your aunt and I got old. Seems to be a crime these days. And Flo compounded the felony by getting sick. Year and a half in and out of hospitals. Hospitals and doctors, they took it all. Every penny.
Why didn't you ask Daddy for help? You could have asked Daddy. You could have asked me.
Why should I have to ask for help? This is my country. I fought in 2 wars. We lost our only son in another one. A man likes to stand on his own 2 feet. I believe we know now what they're up to. Better get the hell out of here. Cart in the garage.
I'll drive.
No, I'll drive. You open the garage door.
With all those people waiting out there, I really hadn't planned on opening the garage door.
Right. Like I said, you drive. It's not good to race a car that way when it's cold.
Think that's not good for work. Watch this.
Have the other cars brought around front?
What about this one?
It's of no use to us anymore.
have to do is find out where Nellie is hiding herself. So far, the friends that I've called all say that if anyone will know who your specialist is, it'll be her.
This could be it. It is. They say Nellie isn't much on winning visitors since they made her retire.
I gathered that when you told me she didn't have a telephone.
Roy, the sign there said attack dogs on duty. Kind of had my fill of attack dogs for a while.
Oh, that's just Nellie's way of keeping people out. Nellie hates dogs. She's a cat person.
Hey, you're sure about the dogs?
Of course I'm sure.
How long's it been since you've seen this lady?
Nellie, must have been right after the Bay of Pigs.
It's over 20 years ago, Uncle Roy.
Yeah. I guess she kind of got to like dogs since then, huh?
Gonzo, Gretel! House! Whoever you are, you better have a good reason for being here.
Nellie? Roy Houston!
Roy? Who ran the listing post? Budapest, 1956.
Before the fighting, was Brownie. And after he got his foot run over, that ace of spies, Simmy Kurtz, took over.
I'll be damned. Roy Houston! Or should I just call you Simmy?
No, I left Simmy way behind. That was my last field assignment.
I'm sorry about the quiz. My eyes aren't what they used to be. That's why I've got those damn dogs.
Sounds like the reunion's a success.
Nellie, I want you to meet my nephew.
Matt Houston? I may be a crazy, half-blind old lady who lives with a couple of dogs she hates, but I'm not uninformed. Private detective out of Los Angeles. Wanted in 2 murder cases. One in California, one in Texas. Only thing I don't know is why Roy brought you here.
Hopefully to help us find the man who framed me.
The man we're looking for is a specialist. The kind you used to love to hate. The kind that gets in and plays with people's minds.
What do you say to some Tennessee whiskey?
How'd she get all these files?
We're living in the age of the computer. People had less and less use for all this bulky stuff. And Nellie always did like to take home interesting case files.
Well, I mean, they must know that she has these.
Sure, but think of Nellie as a backup library. And when you've lived and breathed all this for 40 years, as she did, you begin to see patterns, see things that other people don't see.
And when you start getting older, and start seeing things other people don't see, they say you're daft or getting senile. I can see things no computer can see or touch or feel.
Hell, Nellie, you've always been slightly daft. That's what made you great.
Oh. Matt, from what you tell me about what this man did to you, there's only one man I've ever known who could do this sort of thing. They say he was killed in a plane crash in '72, but I know he wasn't. He was just moving on to bigger things. Tell me I'm right, Matlock. Tell me he's still alive. Tell me this is your man. Truman Masters, a new name for the file. He's had a number of them over the years. His real name is Peter Martin Delaney.
Army major.
Was, and a lot more. IQ was something over 200. Started in the Army as a psychiatrist. He was fascinated by codes and ciphers, specialty mind control.
By finding a person's deepest, darkest fears.
He said he could make a person believe anything, forget anything, do anything, even kill.
So it is possible.
What?
And that during those 30 days when he was controlling me, well, I could have killed that girl.
Delaney claimed he could completely dominate a man's mind. He used to laugh and call himself the magician.
Magician?
That means something to you?
Well, I know a kid. Special kid. He told me to beware that they would try and kill me with the magic.
You suppose that kid could tell us where to find this Delaney?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Delaney already had.
What's wrong? Chris, I didn't leave Baby on. Call security.
Security could be a bit of a problem for a man on the run.
Houston. You have no idea how good it is to see you. But what are you doing here? What about the police?
I had to come. I needed Baby. It's a little hard to gather information when you're on a run. CJ, the key to my freedom is Winchester Street. Not a street at all, it's a code.
A code?
The man we're after, he fancies himself a master of illusion, calls himself the magician. Winchester Street is where we thought it was all along.
Hawaii. And the building where you were kept after you were kidnapped those 30 days belongs to Hawaiian Corporation. A shell within a shell.
Another illusion.
We break the code. I find out what Winchester Street really means. And we find the men that framed me. Find out who really killed Veronica. Masters or me.
Chris, I need you to make a lot of phone calls, cancel everything that we've got for the next couple of days.
Right.
CJ, I've got to go. I'm still a wanted man. Uncle Roy's at the airport, and I'm sure he has our plane tickets by now.
When am I going to see you again?
When you break the code, I'll be staying at a little hotel in Honolulu called the Orchid.
I'll be there.
Missed you.
Sir, Mr. Houston and his uncle arrived on the island this afternoon.
He's seen through the magician's trick. I was afraid he would eventually. So the hunters become the hunted, huh? When this is over, we'll have to relocate.
Should we go and get him?
No, no, no. We'll wait for him. Mr. Houston's still the wanted man. He'll come to us. We just have to be ready for him when he does. Veronica says goodbye.
I don't know, Veronica.
God's sake, no!
Matlock. We've got company.
I warn you, I brought some friends along. At least they insisted on coming.
Boy, haven't I gotten you in enough trouble already?
I don't know what you're talking about. Just had a little vacation time. Thought I'd spend it in the islands.
I hope you know what you're getting into.
Oh, I think we've got a pretty good idea. Being a CPA, I calculate the odds are about 20 to 1 that any of us get out of this alive.
Murray, what are you doing here?
Well, I always felt that every cavalry charge should have a Jewish kid in there somewhere.
Thanks for coming, fellas.
Houston, we broke the code. We know where the house on Winchester Street is.
Right here, big guy.
We make 2 guards in the back. This cliff is probably mine.
I see 4 more in front. 2 by the gate and 2 in front of the house.
Houston, did you get that?
Yeah, it's a total of 6.
Here's your stun gun. Sure you want to use it?
Got no choice, Uncle Roy. Gotta take Masters alive.
Sunrise, 6:02.
So much for coming in unannounced. I want Masters alive.
Stun gun.
The roof!
Thank you.
We're covered.
Where's your boss, huh? Where is he?
Parker says goodbye.
They're still carting away tapes and files. I've already found the files that clear you. And Masters has confessed to everything, including murdering that poor girl in the motel. You are a free man again.
Free, huh? That's a big word in a world that lets a man like Masters run around, isn't it?
You won't be running around anymore.
Why don't you come back to Los Angeles with me?
I was wondering if you were ever going to ask.
I mean, we made a pretty good team together. I'd be ashamed to split it up. You could even help me with a case every now and then. You're all the family I got left, Uncle Roy. I need you.
I know, boy. I need you, too. You know, I've been thinking about my title.
Your title?
Yeah. In a way, I would be the senior member of the firm, and according to custom,
Kathy. You're Kathy Hoyt, right?
Your dad's Lieutenant Hoyt?
Yes?
I'm a friend of your dad's. He's been shot.
Shot?
Your mom's with him now, and she wants me to take you there.
How bad is he hurt?
It doesn't look good.
My mom always said I should wait for her if something should happen.
Listen, I know exactly what you mean, and you're right. You should never get into a car with a stranger. But as you can see, I'm a policeman. Honey, your dad may be dying.
Dying?
He's asked to see you. Buckle up.
I am home, and I picked up the cleaning. Ba-ba-be-da-dee-da. Ba-ba. And, Kathy?
Kathy's not here.
Where is she?
But today was the club luncheon. I didn't get home till half an hour ago.
Where's Kathy?
I brought the tuna casserole. I had to wait until the dishes were clean.
Come on.
She's not here. I called the school. I called her friends. Honey, one of them saw her getting into somebody's car.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Unit zone 3, stand by, 3X26, go ahead.
I should have been there to pick her up. I always picked her up, but it was this luncheon, and she wanted to walk home.
Hello, Molly. This is Mr. Hoyt, Kathy's father. Yes. Hi. Molly, Kathy didn't come home from school this afternoon, and I was just wondering if maybe...
It's all right, Lieutenant. Let me down for you.
We don't know that she's the third in a row.
Billy, for crying out, what do you want the guy to do? Take an ad out in the newspaper?
3 kids picked off at schools letting out in the last 10 days. All from what we know, basically the same M.O.
There's been no bodies. So far, no bodies.
Yet. I think we've got to go public. Call a press conference.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Hoyt. Look, I still don't see a pattern.
For crying out loud, Billy. 3 kids in 10 days.
Don't you understand? We go to the media now, and this one they'll say it's only because she's a cop's daughter.
What difference does it make? Damn it! She's my little girl! She's my little girl! Don't you understand that? What the hell are you talking about? You don't understand!
CJ, I need to talk to Matt. Urgent.
Vacation. Great word, huh? Take a vacation. You have over 80 days piled up. Take some of your vacation time. Or we'll put you on a forced leave of absence.
It could be right, Hoyt.
They're worried about bad publicity.
Sound like a parent.
And you sound like the department. Who am I supposed to sound like?
You're also a cop.
Trina!
How's his wife?
Not well, Houston. She thinks it's her fault. The doctor said she's heading right for a nervous breakdown.
Oh, well, he's not far behind.
You mind?
No, help yourself. Had any breakfast yet? Look, chances are the man that kidnapped your daughter's done this kind of thing before. Now, there's got to be police records.
We keep a list. Known sex offenders. Last night, primary count, 192.
Now, we've got to get our hands on the court records and probation reports.
Impossible. Extension 1154.
Nothing is impossible, Hoyt.
Most of those court records are sealed, privileged information. Takes a lots of red tape and a month of Sundays.
Would you just wake up? You told me that you didn't care about your 18 years on the force. You told me that you didn't care about breaking any laws and any rules. You didn't care about anything but getting Kathy back. Well, that's all I care about, Hoyt. But you have to help me. We don't have time to sit around and wait for bureaucratic red tape.
This is Hoyt. I need a favor. I want that list of names. The 192.
This is the first girl who was taken. It's 11 days ago now. Apparently, she was coming out of a junior high school that's 7 miles from the school where Hoyt's daughter was abducted. This is the second girl who disappeared. Nobody saw it happen. She was 11 years, 7 months, 7 days old, and she just vanished off the face of the earth.
Hoyt's daughter. According to the police report, only one girl remembers seeing her get into a car.
Yes, a green sedan. Green, blue, blue, green.
Well, that's something. At least we've got it narrowed down to 2 colors. How do you feel about breaking into the Department of Motor Vehicles computer?
and checking out the 192 names against their car registrations, seeing how many turn up green and blue?
It's a long shot, but narrowed down the list.
Maybe I can help. My ex works for the DMV. He's a supervisor in Oakland.
Are you on good enough terms with him to ask a favor?
A lot more than favors. He says I still have custody of his heart.
What do you want from me?
We need help. Somebody is kidnapping little girls.
Your girl?
My girl. But there are others, too. And there's no reason to believe that he'll stop at just 2 or 3.
Young girl, huh?
We are asking you to help us save lives. Cut through some red tape, save some time.
What do I care? I'm a busy man, huh?
My daughter's been kidnapped. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
You don't give a damn about your daughter. I've got a daughter of my own, 16 years old, shacking up with some creep. Got hair coming down to his belly button. Some greasy, lousy. What the hell do I care about your kid? I'm gonna turn you in. I'm gonna report you, lieutenant in the police department trying to corrupt a public official. Osborne! Stay away from me!
All right, into the line, friend.
So we'll get away with this.
Watch this. Well, according to my watch, you spent the last 32 minutes of your life in this trash container.
I think it's about time you became a reasonable man.
What's this?
I'll open it and count it. It's $10,000. It's part of the reward I'm putting up. Now, I want you to help us find Lieutenant Hoyt's daughter. I want you to open up your computers and your files on child molester cases. Now, when we get the information that we need, there'll be another $10,000 in it for you, plus a bonus.
Bonus?
Your little girl. Your daughter. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do everything I can to get you two together. Someplace, alone, at a mountain cabin, a Hawaiian beach. Something. Now, I can't guarantee that she's going to stay and talk to you. That's up to you. But I'm going to get you together. And you're going to be able to talk to her. You're going to be able to tell her how much you love her.
Even Baby seems to be working harder.
I can't believe Houston got a hold of these Hall of Justice files.
I always told you since he was knee-high to a human, he could charm a polecat out of a tree.
Well, if you're referring to the files, Charm didn't have anything to do with it. Where'd we get all the mugshots?
From Hoyt's friend, the one who originally came up with 192 names. He arrived a couple of hours ago with several cardboard boxes, put them down, and said he was getting amnesia because he didn't want to ever remember being here.
Where is Hoyt?
I sent him home. I told him that we would give him a call when we decided to make our move, but he hasn't slept since this whole thing started.
Lieutenant. They found a grave.
Kathy's?
I don't know, sir.
Blonde. It's the blonde one.
didn't mean to kill her. I never mean to kill them. It just happens. I just want to touch, pet them. Now, you want me to turn myself into the police? I'm not going to do that. It's not fair. I didn't mean to hurt them. It's not fair, though. Now, put me away again. You don't know what that's like. You never had to stay there. You can come and go. They make me do things there. Live in little rooms. Some other patients make fun out of me. I don't mean to kill them. It's not fair. I'm not gonna go back. You said I was cured. It was because of you that they let me out. Now you want to have me call the police and have them put me away again? I'm never gonna let anybody lock me up again. Never. It's not fair. Never, never, never. And you can't make me.
Michael.
Just wondering what it feels like to be crazy. Or if this is it. I saw them when they pulled that little girl out. I saw that it wasn't my daughter, and I almost laughed. The little girl was dead, and I was happy.
It wasn't Kathy.
But it was someone's daughter. She was a human being. Roy, who's the monster? Who's the madman? The man who takes and kills little children? Or a man who's been a policeman for 18 years and supposed to protect little children?
Michael, you're something so much more important than a policeman. You're a father. Right now, you're awfully frightened. I know, I've been there. I lost my boy in Vietnam. Missing in action. Some nights I'd wake up in the middle of the night. I'd think of him still as 9 years old. We'd be going on a fishing trip, on a ball game. Don't ever feel ashamed of being happy because it wasn't Kathy. It's a normal reaction. Now, come on. That says we're about ready. Looks like an office in search of a filing cabinet.
Our day's work in a city of over 3 million people, we've got 192 names most likely to be involved.
Out of 192, 11 are dead since their last graced a mugshot. That brings the number down to 181.
73 more are currently in prison or mental hospitals.
Leaves us with 108, and that's when the big guessing game gets started here. Now, we already cross-checked those names with the Department of Motor Vehicles. They told us that 74 of them own automobiles.
Yes, 11 are green, 13 are blue.
24 prime suspects.
Yeah, I thought we'd split these up. Now, I want you two to stay here and keep feeding information into Baby and see what you come up with. And if these don't work, we can always get the
What's the matter?
Don't bother. I know who it is. Nathaniel?
Who's Nathaniel?
Young man Matt met when he was on the run. He's a psychic.
You're calling about the missing children, aren't you?
They're very cold. They may be dead. The man who did this. He pretends he likes to laugh. He dresses up and he pretends he likes to make children laugh.
Anything else?
The man who pretends he likes to laugh. He's going to kill you.
Houston, what did he say?
He said the man we're after likes to pretend to laugh. Likes to dress up and pretend to make children laugh. Like a clown. I remember one of these weirdos used to work as a clown at children's parties. This is him.
Address?
Just his doctor's.
Uncle Roy, you stay out here and cover the front. Hoyt and I are going in the back.
Matlock, this could be an opportune time to let the rest of the police force know what we're doing.
Well, they just ask a bunch of questions. Right now, I haven't got time for it.
Kathy's.
Chopper just called in. They spotted him.
Got a pulse. Let's get him out of here.
What are his chances?
He's still leaking a lot of blood.
He's my nephew.
He's a lucky man. That knife couldn't have missed his heart by more than a quarter inch. This way!
What are you gonna do, cop? Kill me?
Where's my daughter?
Dead. Dead, just like all the others. What did you think I was gonna do with him?
No! No! No!
If he stays in bed for another week, there should be no problem. But if he goes jogging or takes rumba lessons, he will bleed to death before he gets off the dance floor.
I'll see he stays put. Matt's gonna be all right. I'm sorry about you, little girl.
No. All my life I've been an outsider. Black. You folks got us outnumbered 9-1. That's not bad. Proud to be black. But you can see what I mean about being an outsider. Alone. That wasn't bad enough. My folks didn't have sense enough to be poor. Father was an architect. in the middle of a white neighborhood. Not even a Baptist. Mom was a Catholic. Who ever heard of a black kid being an altar boy? Oh, God, she was just a little girl. Why would anybody want to hurt her?
Hi, boss.
Howdy. How's Hoyt?
He's not doing too well. His wife is still under sedation.
What about the guy we caught?
Well, he admitted everything, including killing the little girls. Although he won't say where he's hidden the bodies. He's done it before, Houston. About 5 years ago, he killed 6 children. And up until a couple of months ago, he was in a mental hospital.
Escaped?
No, he was released. They said he was cured. It gets worse. Apparently, he comes from a very wealthy family, and they've hired a couple of heavyweight lawyers who say that his confessions mean absolutely nothing, and that you and Hoyt have violated his civil rights by tracking him down.
What's the betting around the courthouse?
50-50 that he'll never stand trial. That he'll go back to the hospital for a couple of years.
Hoyt was right. Who's crazy? We tried to stop a man from killing more children, and we let him go because we violated his civil rights. I mean, where is the sanity?
Houston, calm down. Nurse, Mr. Houston is bleeding again. Could you please send in a doctor right away?
You gotta get a hold of Uncle Roy. Tell him to go watch Hoyt. If he finds out that that man is gonna be set free, there's no telling what he might do.
Mr. Houston, you're gonna have to lie back and be quiet. Sweetheart, you're gonna have to leave. Don't let Hoyt do anything.
You're being charged with the kidnapping and murder of 3 girls. How are you going to plead? Well, as you can see, the suspect has chosen to remain silent in the face of our cameras. Ironically, it will be this very corridor tomorrow morning where the suspect, Caleb Martin, will be brought down again, this time on arraignment for charges of kidnap and murder. Charges which many people feel that, despite the body of evidence, will be thrown out because of possible illegal procedures used in his apprehension.
I'm going to bed.
Please, over here. On that one specific area. No, you can't. Please. Please go this way. Small area. Try to cooperate. Would you please? Thank you. Get in closer. Would you please over here, please? Just confirm that. Don't go. No. Here.
think, Michael. Don't do it.
Don't make me use this, Roy. Just let me go. Keys. Car keys.
Michael.
Michael! You can't do what you're gonna do! Let me out of here!
Yeah? Matlock, it's me. He got the drop on me. Hoyt got away.
I got to stop him. He'll listen to me.
Call the police.
You can't do that. If the police get there first, it'll ruin his career, and that's about all he's got right now.
As you can see, with emotions running high, security is heavy here at the Hall of Justice, where this morning accused kidnapper and killer Caleb Martin will be arraigned. Now, everybody, including people inside the Hall of Justice, must pass through a metal detector.
Screw up. 8 o'clock on the button, we bring this guy down, get him arraigned, and no trouble. Some of you older guys remember what happened 3 months ago when the guy busted out of here.
At the Hall of Justice, where Caleb Martin, accused kidnapper and killer of 3 young girls, will be arraigned in just a few minutes. Though he has confessed to the killings, Mr. Martin steadfastly refuses to discuss the disposition of the bodies. His attorneys and police officials also have refused to comment on this volatile case. However, this reporter has learned that just 5 years ago, Caleb Martin was convicted of killing 6 children. At that time, a judge ruled that Mr. Martin was criminally insane and remanded him to the custody of the state mental hospital. Then, 2 months ago, he was pronounced cured and returned to society. Soon, a wave of terror swept through our neighborhood schools and playgrounds. 3 girls now lie dead in its awful wake. Yet, legal experts have indicated that due to illegal procedures used in his apprehension, there is a good chance that Caleb Martin will once again be free to roam the streets of our city. Parents everywhere are outraged. This is Janet Oshima reporting live from the Hall of Justice.
You shouldn't be here.
I had to be here.
You're bleeding.
Not as badly as you are.
You're not going to stop me.
And he'll make a clean sweep. Kathy gone and you in prison. What's your wife gonna do, huh?
Kidnapped and murdered my little girl. Now the chances are he's gonna get off.
You devoted your whole life to the law, to making this world a better place.
A better place for the children to grow up.
You remember the day that your little girl became a Girl Scout? And she wrote that paper about the greatest man on earth, Hoyt. That was you. She was so proud of her daddy because he was a policeman. She knew that people called policemen bad names. People would spit on them. But she was proud of you. She was very proud. Because she knew you were fighting for her ideals.
Please stand back, all right? Over here. Over
This is Lieutenant Hoyt. I need an ambulance. I'm in 310. Thank you.
Mommy! Daddy!
Kathy!
It's Kathy. Over 100 volunteers combed the area where they found the first body. They were looking for graves. Instead, they found Kathy and the other little girl who was held, locked in a barn.
She was dead, now she's alive.
Kind of makes you feel good, doesn't it?
throw parties like that back home, Houston. Make me feel like a visiting dignitary.
Well, that you are. We had to do something to celebrate your 6-week anniversary here in Los Angeles.
To at least 6 more, I hope.
To at least 60 more.
You think they're serious?
Well, if I don't miss my guess, we'll probably be hearing wedding bells.
Robert, I am so excited about tomorrow. The most famous recluse since Howard Hughes. I mean, he's turned down Barbara Walters, Dan Rather, but he's agreed to talk to you.
I've got more important things on my mind.
More important than preparing for an interview with Richard Daniels. Daniels doesn't give interviews to just anybody.
Yeah, I know. But right now, I am distracted by something. By something that I want to say to you.
Sounds serious.
Yeah. It's amazing how I can be so witty and urbane in front of television cameras, but standing here in front of you, my stomach has butterflies like I wouldn't believe.
Why?
Well, when I came to LA, I was determined to concentrate on my career. Of course, I knew that you and Houston were here, but, well, I didn't expect to fall in love with you. I know I'm not as classy as some of the guys that you've dated, and I know I'm on the treadmill trying to carve my way.
And you will.
CJ, I want to marry you. Does that mean no?
No. I mean, no. It means I don't know what to say.
Well, say yes. Say you need time to think about it, but whatever you do, don't take too long. I don't think I could stand that.
I'm tempted to give you an answer now. But the lawyer in me has trained me to examine the evidence further.
Trial by jury. So what are my chances?
I'd say you had a sound case.
Yeah, we've got the birthday cake. I'd like to see Mrs. Daniels' face when you lot show up.
Excuse me, Mr. Tyler. We're ready for you up at the house.
I'll be right there. Thanks, Eddie. Sorry.
Well, a reporter's life is full of interruptions.
We better hurry. I'd hate to be demoted to weatherman.
Said that you've become a recluse.
Well, if I'm a recluse, it's just that I found the reason of my happiness. And I make very sure that nobody disturbs that happiness.
And that reason is, of course, your lovely wife. Now, tell me, Mrs. Daniels, what would happen if, say, tomorrow your husband lost all his millions?
I'd go out and get a job. Turnabout is fair play. Thank you.
Don't anybody try to be a hero.
This is a kidnapping. Now look, I'll go with you. I'll do anything you want. But leave my wife alone.
Turn that thing off! No, no!
No, please. Please.
go. We'll call with instructions.
CJ, call the police. Eddie, is that live? Are we on?
We're on.
This is Robert Tyler, live from the scene of the kidnap of Barbara Daniels.
You're about to see exclusive coverage of today's daring kidnapping of Mrs. Richard Daniels, wife of the reclusive multimillionaire.
We'll call with instructions.
According to FBI and local police officials, no ransom demands have yet been received. More news after this commercial break.
CJ?
Oh, Matt, thank you for coming.
We heard about the kidnapping. Are you all right?
Fine, just a little shaken up. He feels responsible for this.
That's ridiculous. Not his fault. Yeah. All right, hang on.
Robert?
Mm-hmm.
Robert, I've got a woman on the phone says she's Barbara Daniels.
What?
She says the kidnappers wanted to read a message on the air.
Well, how'd you know it's really her?
I don't. What should we do?
Ask her the name of her dog.
Mrs. Daniels, what's the name of your dog?
Marzipan.
Marzipan?
Oh, boy, that's really her. All right, Bill, I'll take it live.
Hold on, Mrs. Daniels.
During the commercial break, there has been a further development in the Barbara Daniels kidnapping case. On the line right now is a lady who claims to be and who we believe is Barbara Daniels herself. Mrs. Daniels, are you there?
Yes.
Are you all right?
Yes. I have to read a statement. It's from the kidnappers. We want to set up a meeting to discuss the ransom. We want Robert Tyler to be our go-between.
The kidnappers want me to be the go-between.
Yes. It goes on to say, we'll call you at your home at dawn tomorrow, Tyler. No police. No FBI. No interference of any kind, or we'll kill her. Please tell my husband that I love him.
Mrs. Daniels? Mrs. Daniels?
I don't like this.
Go to commercial. Go to commercial.
Wish Robert was here with us.
Well, romance conquers all except for requests from the FBI and the police.
It's scary how I feel about him, Houston.
You love it?
I think so. It's just that it's been sort of an ongoing thing with me ever since I was a little kid and my dad died. I think I've been afraid to love anybody too much. Afraid they'd be taken away from me.
Well, I'm still around. Look, CJ, if you really love Robert, and he loves you as much as he seems to, I can't think of anything else that really matters.
Nothing does. It's just that I'm afraid to lose him. And if he is going to meet with those kidnappers, Houston...
Well, I know a pretty good private eye that will probably offer some discreet protection.
What would I do without you?
Probably have to pay for the dinner.
Yes.
Cheers.
Tyler.
Not very clever. We agreed. No cops, no FBI.
And there are...
Shut up. There's a cop in a milk truck 150 feet from your front door. And a little bit further up the street, there's a couple of feds in a utility truck.
Look, I can explain.
I should kill this woman right now. But I won't. As long as the feds and that milk wagon are out of there in 20 seconds. Down to your car, you'll find instructions on the seat. If you're followed, she's dead.
Fremont Park.
KPRW TV.
Life's at stake.
I want $10 million in used bills.
That'll take some time.
You get it tomorrow.
Look, it's not too late to let her go.
Hey, hold it!
I think so. Thank you. You saved my life. Yeah, when the kidnapper got away, that could cost Barbara Daniels her life. What do you mean, a setup? You trying to tell me that Tyler's involved in this kidnapping? White, they tried to kill him.
You thought they tried to kill him.
I don't believe this. You said yourself that he was going out to meet a man that could be a cold-blooded killer.
Grandstanding. It smells of it. What was the news truck doing then?
Just trying to cover a story, White. I mean, he called him on his car phone.
Why couldn't your friend make any kind of ID on this guy?
He never saw him without the ski mask on.
How come this guy didn't just rub your friend out right there on the spot?
White, I can't believe...
How come your friend just happened to be filming at the Daniels estate at the time the kidnappers decided to strike and got it all on film? How come they called your friend while he was on the air? Add up all the footage so far, and you got yourself one hell of a network primetime kidnapping expose. Brought to you by Robert Tyler.
You ask too many questions.
I have to make up for the fact that just because CJ's in love with this guy, you're not asking any.
Careful. I could get quite used to this.
Somebody has to take care of you.
Oh, yes, after this morning's near fiasco. It does seem as though Houston and you have done nothing but get me out of scrapes ever since college. But from now on, I'm going to have to handle this one on my own.
I am worried about you.
Well, don't worry. When I became a newscaster, I made a promise to myself that I'd go after every story to the end, no matter what.
Determination never was your weak point. I think that's why like you.
Uh-huh. Does that mean a verdict is due soon?
Soon.
Good, because I don't want to go to New York without you. Yes, a network job has opened up, and, well, I think I've got a pretty good shot.
I think you've got a great shot at it. If those New York network moguls don't like you, they're crazy.
You know, when I'm with you, you make me feel as though there isn't anything I can't do.
Still at it, huh?
Yeah. Been programming Baby to search for any past kidnappings in which a go-between was requested.
Mind if I sit in?
I wish you would. Could use a fresh eye. For hours, I've been going over newspaper articles, journals, newscasts. I tell you, did you know that there are over 600 kidnappings a year? What's the matter?
Nothing. Just wondering where you got the tie.
What's the matter with my tie?
Nothing. It's fine. On with the show.
Right.
I know this haberdasher in London. Sells the best ties in the world.
If you don't like my tie, why don't you just come out and say so? Oh, I can't. Wait a minute. This man, it's the same man I saw in the park. That's Barbara Daniels' kidnapper.
How well do you know Robert Tyler? Take a look at the byline on the story.
By Robert Tyler.
You suppose that Hoyt's suspicions about Robert might be right?
Hi, guys. What are you two talking about?
Oh, we were just trying to decide which was the best golf course in Los Angeles. I've had an urge to play ever since I got here.
Oh, the country club. Houston could have told you that. Houston, have you seen that file, the Stewart file that Oh, never mind. I've got it.
CJ, I'm concerned about Robert.
Join the crowd.
Now, what I mean is...
No, I know what you mean. Houston, I'm trying to let the police handle it, but he feels responsible. I gotta go by.
No sense jumping the gun, boy. There is such a thing as a coincidence.
Ah, Houston.
You got a minute?
Sure. Thanks, Sonny. Why the serious look?
I've been looking into the kidnapping, Robert. Found something a little peculiar. Newspaper article from 10 years ago. A woman in Bluefield, Pennsylvania was kidnapped. Her husband's name is George Davis.
So?
The kidnapper you met in the park yesterday was George Davis.
His wife is kidnapped, and then 10 years later, he becomes a kidnapper. It doesn't make any sense.
I was hoping, Robert, that you could help me make a little sense of all this.
Oh, sure. But what can I do to help?
That was your byline on that story 10 years ago.
What? My byline? Oh, yes. Ah, George Davis. Oh, I remember. My word, that was a long time ago.
Well, it seems a bit odd that you'd forget something like that. I mean, after all, that story's what got you your first anchor job in Philadelphia 2 months later.
Houston, our friendship goes back a long way. If I didn't know you better, I think you were accusing me of something.
Not accusing you of anything.
Well, I hope you're not suggesting I had anything to do with this.
I'm not. But it is a bit confusing.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Guess I'm under a lot of pressure with this, and with CJ, and...
I understand.
You talked to the police?
Not yet. I want to talk to you first and see what you remembered.
Well, I'm afraid it's all a little fuzzy. Look, let me think about it. Right now, I'm going to be on stage.
Now, Robert, for everybody's sake, don't keep me waiting too long, huh? I'll be in my office.
You all right?
I don't
don't know. Look, I started out to try and vindicate a friend. Now, I'm not sure he's the man I thought he was.
You gonna tell CJ?
Well, what if I'm wrong? I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yes, you do. You just don't like it.
Yeah, Houston's figured out who you are. It's only a matter of time before he ties us together.
You want me to take care of him?
No. No, have Foster do it. I need you to stand by the Daniels woman. I'm afraid things are gonna get tricky.
Houston! Houston! You told me to tell you when an hour was up.
Thank you, Chris.
I didn't see his face. It happened so quickly.
Oh, well, well. Nice workout. I just don't believe it. I've known Robert for years.
People change, Houston. Your friend wants to be a star.
Badly enough to try and have me killed?
Can't prove a thing.
What's going on? Are you all right? Houston?
CJ, I went to see Robert this afternoon. I'd been working with Baby to try and find a link between this kidnapping and past kidnappings. I ran across a newspaper article written by Robert 10 years ago about a man named George Davis. His wife was kidnapped in Bluefield, Pennsylvania.
Well, what does that have to do?
CJ, George Davis was the kidnapper that I saw in the park. I think Robert set this whole thing up.
The Barbara Daniels kidnapping. Houston, this is crazy.
I wish it were.
But why?
Fame, ambition, money.
I don't believe this.
We think he sent someone over here to kill Houston because Houston was getting too close.
You think? Houston, why are you doing this?
I'm not doing anything. I was trying to protect Robert.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job.
Look, CJ.
No, I don't want to look. All I can see is that because of some blind jealousy, you're accusing somebody I happen to be in love with of some terrible, amoral thing. Because you think.
CJ.
Wait, stay out of this.
I don't like this any more than you do.
Why do I find that so hard to believe, Houston? I thought I knew you. I thought you were my best friend.
I am your friend. All I want to do is help you.
You'll have my resignation first thing in the morning.
Foster bungled it. If we don't move fast, we're blown.
We'll try again.
No. No. I have a plan.
Should we move her to the house?
Yes.
Office just had a call. Anonymous call. Someone's located the house where the kidnappers are keeping Barbara Daniels. A couple of units already got it surrounded.
Let's go. Ah, CJ.
Robert, I need to talk to you.
No, no, darling, I'm working. Look, Robert. They've got the kidnappers surrounded in a house.
Robert. Somebody tried to kill Houston today. He thinks you set it up.
What?
He also thinks you set up the kidnapping. He convinced Lieutenant Hoyt.
Oh, come on now. You don't believe that.
Robert, we're nearly ready. Your car's around the corner.
Thank you.
I don't know what to believe. He's been my friend all my life, Robert. I've always trusted him.
Is he all right?
Do you care?
Of course I care. He's my friend, too, you know.
Tyler!
Look, I know you and Houston have been friends for a long time, and I've sort of come in the way. I'm sorry.
I need to hear this. Are you involved with this kidnapping?
Robert!
Okay. No. Come on. I'll show you just how wrong our friend Houston really is.
This is Hoyt. You're in a can't-win situation. Come on out, now!
This is Robert Tyler, KPRW TV News, live from the house where Mrs. Richard Daniels is being held hostage at gunpoint. Lieutenant. KPRW TV News. What's the situation?
You tell me, Tyler.
Lieutenant, what do you mean?
They're demanding $10 million in safe passage out of the country. But we've got no guarantee that they won't kill Mrs. Daniels, even if we agree.
Well, maybe I could talk to them.
The best thing you can do is stay out of the way.
Looks like the curtain just went up on Act 3, huh?
Kicker is, we gotta play this thing off like the real thing. There's no telling what he'll do.
Kidnappers. You in there. This is Robert Tyler. I want to offer an exchange for Barbara Daniels till you and the police can come to some sort of agreement. I promise you this is no trick. I just don't want to see Mrs. Daniels hurt. So I'm willing to exchange my life for hers.
Oh, no!
Shooting! You cost that woman her life. She's coming out. All right. You can see that I'm unarmed, so let her go.
He set this whole thing up. And the only people alive that can prove it are inside that house. Houston!
All right, who's the gun?
Game's up, Tyler. Take your friend George outside here and let him tell the world what a fraud you really are.
I don't think so. I guess it was my turn to save your life. See you on the news, pal.
Don't bring that up until we tell you. Here?
I can't thank you enough.
Well done.
I'm so frightened.
Thank you. That's all on the line of duty.
Really appreciated it.
The kidnappers killed, Barbara Daniels safe in the arms of her husband once more. Just like a children's fable with a happy ending. This is Robert Tyler, KPRW News.
And now let's take a look at the weather. High clouds, variable in the morning and increasing by afternoon, otherwise fair.
Guess who?
I can't imagine.
The next Walter Cronkite. Not even a congratulatory kiss.
You got the network job?
The network moguls watched the kidnapping from start to finish.
I'm glad for you.
What's wrong?
I was thinking about Houston. I was wondering what he must be feeling about me right now. And you.
I don't blame you for believing him. If it wasn't me he was after, I'd probably believe him too.
Robert, where does that leave us?
It leaves us with the fact that I love you. And I've asked you to marry me. And you still haven't said yes or no. CJ, don't you believe that I love you?
Yes, I do.
I can't believe it. I mean, he shot George Davis down in cold blood right in front of my eyes.
By all accounts, self-defense. At least that's the way it looked.
Self-defense, hell. He was getting rid of his witnesses. Yeah, he's home free.
Let me quote one of the great philosophers of our day, Yogi Berra. The game isn't over till it's over.
Now it's over. I lost. Bad part about it is I lost CJ along the way.
Talking about me again?
You're back.
Sometimes the truth is very difficult to accept.
You know, I really didn't mean to hurt you.
I know. I should never have doubted that. But it doesn't make it hurt any less, Houston.
I fell in love with a spy once. Lisbon. Long time ago. I was young. She was the most beautiful, captivating woman I'd ever seen. So I know a little something of how you feel.
Did she betray you?
She loved me, too. She just had a different way of looking at things. She was killed by British Secret Service. I came back home and met your Aunt Flo.
What do we do now?
Why don't you let Uncle Roy and I handle this? You've been through enough already.
No, I have to be involved with this. I need to be. Robert.
Hi, darling. What's up?
The jury is in.
And I lost him.
I know the truth now. Houston got a call from Mrs. George Davis.
But that's impossible. I mean, they've been divorced for years.
Apparently, she kept in touch with her ex-husband. It seems he made tapes.
Tapes?
Of your meetings. He wanted a record just in case. She's staying at the Samoan Sea Motel. Room 40. Houston is going to meet her there tonight.
Why did you come here and tell me this?
Because I still love you.
Uncle Roy, are you sure about this?
Worked in Vienna in 47. Russian agent named Ivanov. Big nose. Wonderful laugh.
Look, haven't I seen that tie before?
You should. It's yours.
Well, I thought you said you didn't like it.
I never said that. I just didn't like it on you.
Paid you off once, Mrs. Davis, in Pennsylvania. What makes you think we can afford twice? I found one tape. I want to make sure it's the only one. Do you know what happened to George?
You killed him.
Precisely. With no witnesses. And the same applies to you.
Even to me, Robert.
Oh, CJ. You set me up.
Hook, line, and sinker.
We could have had everything, CJ. Everything.
Excuse me.
Famous newscaster confesses murder and kidnapping. Filmed at 11.
Scotch?
Apple juice. I like to take my sorrow sober.
Was there anything I can do?
Mm-hmm. You can erase the last 6 weeks. Glue my heart back together.
Well, I'll tell you what, would you settle for reservations for 2 at Marcel's?
I thought they were booked for weeks in advance.
I was persuasive.
Oh, you were you? Houston. You know what? I don't think they're open tonight. They're closed Mondays and Tuesdays.
Oh, boy, I was really persuasive.
We'll meet you at the side gate. If we're not out in 3 minutes... Hey, don't worry, I'll find you. 3 guys. One was her brother.
Emmett, I told you to renounce him, Peg. You have no brother.
I do. I do renounce him, Jesse. I didn't want for this to happen. I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry.
There is no room for sorries in the kingdom of heaven. Not without penance. The whipping post. Strip her and punish her.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
Peg, if your heart had been pure, this never would have happened.
I love you, Jesse.
On my 33rd birthday, God appeared to me in a vision. God looked down on me and he said, Jesse Mercer, I have chosen you to save mankind from destroying himself. But God, I protested, you sent Jesus Christ to do that. Well, God just looked at me and shook his head and he said, Jesse, Jesus Christ started it. Now I want you to finish the job.
Who does he think he is?
It was up to me to fulfill our Father's wish. He told me to quit my job.
That's my sister. There.
What makes you think that Mercer is trying to kill her?
History. In 2 days, Peg turns 21. When she does, she gets free access to the inheritance our folks left her.
It's over $3 million, Houston. She's already talked to the family attorney and asked that it be cash so that she can donate it to the church.
Well, look, it seems to me that as soon as the money is handed over to Mercer, I mean, it's his free and clear. Why would he bother to try and kill her?
CJ and I did some checking while you were still out about 30 miles on that skiff of yours. And what we were able to dig out about the past of the cult more or less confirms Emmett's opinion.
History lesson number 1, Houston. Oklahoma, 4 years ago. This girl sold everything she had, Houston. The house, the car. She gave Mercer $60,000. Everything seemed rosy for about a month, and then she had a change of heart.
When Mercer wouldn't give the money back, she went to the local DA. She claimed that Mercer had conned and swindled her. It created quite a stink, and she died quite suddenly.
He killed her.
Officially, the coroner called it an accident. Lady swallowed too many pills, washed them down with whiskey.
History lesson number 2. 18 months ago, this girl joined Mercer's cult. She promptly turned over her entire trust fund, $100,000.
And she didn't even get a chance to have second thoughts. Mercer killed her less than 24 hours after she turned over the money.
The official cause of death was a rattlesnake bite. Seems the critter slithered into her sleeping bag during the night.
Tell me something. Has anybody ever made a large donation to the so-called church and survived?
Not that we have found any trace of.
And Mercer won't have to stage an act this time, Houston. Emmett's sister is a diabetic.
Well, Mercer told Peg that once she's turned over the money, as an act of faith, he's going to throw away her insulin. He's going to faith heal her.
Houston, if you want to fight windmills, go to Holland.
Peg Allison is in grave danger.
The world is in grave danger. You read the papers this morning?
This girl is about to turn over $3 million to Mercer. Very shortly thereafter, Mercer is going to faith heal her to death.
Sad, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. This Mercer and other crazies like him got the safest hiding place on earth. Smack dab behind the First Amendment. Freedom of religion.
What you're telling me is that legally, as long as she feels that she's a member of this cult, we can't do anything to save her?
Religions are free to worship animal, vegetable, mineral, or person. And I can't touch them with a 10-foot Bible.
Yeah, well, what if she's being held against her will?
You got any proof?
Her brother seems to think that she's being drugged. He thinks that they're tampering with her insulin just to throw her off balance.
Now you're reaching for straws.
No, I'm grasping for straws, Hoyt. You leave me no choice. I got a feeling on this.
Get me proof. Any shred of tangible proof that this girl is being held against her will, and I'll take on the windmill with you.
Hi there.
Hello. Any luck?
Judge Robbins says without proof he can't justify issuing a court order. What about Hoyt?
Same song. He needs proof.
Well, then Houston is catch-22. To get the order, we need medical tests proving that Mercer is using drugs to con Peg. And there's no way he's going to let us within 10 feet of her.
Oh, what if Mercer just thought that he had to let us see her and didn't know that we were after the medical test?
What would make him think that?
Court order.
Why do I think I'm not going to like this?
We will come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We will come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves.
I'm better now, Jesse.
The punishment has cleansed your soul, Peg. Brother Riggs, take Peg to my quarters.
Bringing in the sheaves. We will come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We will come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
Idea what kind of trouble we can get in for forging a court order?
Well, CJ, you gotta bend the rules every now and then.
Oh, really? Just a good thing you've got me along with you to help you pull this one off. As long as Mercer realizes that he's dealing with a respectable lawyer, he might not look too closely at our other credentials.
Are you insinuating that I don't look respectable?
You look respectable enough for a bush pilot.
Being private property, I must assume that you're lost.
You assume incorrectly. I'm C.J. Parsons. I'm a lawyer from Los Angeles. I have a court order that authorizes me to get a deposition from Peg Allison. I assume she's here, Reverend Mercer?
Well, she's not feeling too well. A touch of the flu. What about him?
Oh, I haven't had flu in years. I'm fine, thank you.
He's my pilot. I'd like to see Miss Allison now.
A brother sent you.
He has a right to know that she's alive and well.
Well, I said she's sick.
And I said that I have a court order. I assume you know what it means if you violate it.
Well, we've nothing to hide. Peg is here of her own free will.
Well, I'd like to hear that from her.
You will. Follow.
What would you like me to do, Miss Parsons?
Why don't you feed and water the chopper? I won't be long.
Feed and water the chopper?
Peg, this woman would like to talk to you.
About what?
About how you enjoy living here. Working with your brothers and sisters for the glory of our Father. About how...
Reverend, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to Peg alone. The court order so stipulates.
Peg, I want you to cooperate with Miss Parsons. I want you to tell her the truth.
Your brother Emmett sent me.
Emmett is Satan.
No. No, he loves you. He's worried about you.
Emmett is evil.
He believes the people here are using drugs on you. That they're withholding your insulin. He thinks they're playing with your mind.
This is my family. Emmett is evil. Emmett is Satan.
All right. Let's prove it. Let me take a blood sample. And if it's negative, then Emmett is Satan. And Jesse is the Messiah. But let's prove it, Peg. Okay? What do you say?
But are you really happy with your life? Haven't you ever wondered who you are, why you're here, where you're going?
I think I'm going to see how Miss Parsons is doing. Thank you.
That should satisfy Emmett and the court. Goodbye, Reverend. We're ready to go.
Look, Rev, ever need a fast trip out of the country, let me know, huh? Nice place. They're doing something. The sample should prove it.
Well, I hope we get back in time. She's not looking too good.
Well, I'll tell you what, first things first. All we gotta worry about now is getting out of here.
That's right.
What did you tell her, Peg? Did you tell her you're being held here against your will?
No, Jesse. I'm here of my own free will. I told her that.
Throw the gun out, flyboy, or we finish off the lady lawyer.
Satan's handmaiden has fallen. How sad.
Get up. Take him to the isolation room. Everything is under control. Claudia, take your brothers and sisters down to the stream, lead them in prayer. Give thanks that we overcame the forces of Satan once again. What kind of religion is this, eh? You fight Satan with gunfire? You gonna let her bleed to death? Pay these heathen no mind. They're nothing but depraved kidnappers. They came to take Peg.
Jesse? This one's pretty bad.
Carl's a medical student. Give him some medical supplies. He'll take care of her. Go on, get her out of here.
Jesse, that helicopter pilot is really a private detective named Matt Houston.
Who he or she is doesn't matter. We've got to keep them alive until Friday, until we can get our hands on that $3 million. I don't want the police to find them dead before that. And after Friday, I don't care what you do with them.
Yeah, but somebody's bound to come looking for them.
It's exactly why we're getting out of here. Now. Take it easy, CJ.
Gonna need some more bandages.
Look,
She lost an awful lot of blood before they stuck us in here.
Yeah, this bullet's got to be removed. And not by a third-year medical student who dropped out. And not with this fourth-rate medical equipment.
I'm right here, CJ.
It hurts.
Oh, honey, just hang on.
We better give her another morphine injection.
Easy. Just take it easy now. It's all right. Just hang on.
Okay, it's gonna hurt a little bit.
That's it. That's all.
That's all I can do for now.
That's all you can do medically. And as a member of this cult, can you help us find a way to get out of here while she still has a chance?
Now, this is the isolation room. Bars on the windows and armed guards outside. I'm in here for the same reason as you. I made Jesse unhappy. He had Scanlon do this to my face.
Why don't you just get out, huh? Run away.
I got my reasons. It's Peg Allison. She's, well, she's special. She won't leave the cult, and I'm not leaving without her. Looks like they're leaving.
They have to. Otherwise, your fearless leader will have to explain to the police why his flock of holy people shot down an innocent lady in cold blood. It's time to leave.
She's hurt badly, Jesse. A move might kill her.
The Anointed One says it's time that we move on. Look, why don't you just do me a favor, huh? Why don't you just forget about the sermons? I mean, you don't have to put on a show for anybody now. A show, Mr. Houston? Is that what you think this is? I'll tell you what I think. I think you're a cheap con man selling his own sleazy version of fast food religion to make big bucks. Before this is over, Mr. Houston, you will become a true believer. Get them ready.
Do you have any idea what time it is? Huh? What's the problem?
No problem, he said. Go on, attend the awards dinner, he said. Everything's under control, he said.
Hold it. You want to start at the start? Save me calling in an interpreter?
According to my computations, I think that Matt and CJ dropped in on that cult with the helicopter without an invitation.
What time they leave?
4 o'clock this afternoon. There's something wrong. I feel it in my bones.
We'll need that Allison boy to find that cult.
I already contacted him. He's going to meet us at Matt's office at 5 a.m.
Don't worry, Roy. We'll find him.
Lieutenant, I've got to worry. As I remember, the score down at Guyana was Jim Jones' 913 opponent's zip.
Look, how much further? Why? Got a hot date or something? Well, what I got is a lady that's carrying your bullet inside of her body. I'll tell you something, if she didn't pull through... Hey! You got the best medical care around. You got any complaints? Talk to Carl. That road there. Make a right. Easy. Take it easy.
I'm trying.
I know. We gotta give her another shot of morphine.
Very little left. Pain's only gonna get worse. I think we better wait.
Here we are, home sweet
You know, Jesse says I gotta keep you and the lady lawyer alive until Friday. Now, after that, Jesse doesn't give a damn what happens. But I care. I really care.
Roy. Blood.
Shell casing. Lots of them.
This is Lieutenant Hoyt. Patch me through to Watch Commander. Fast.
And in closing, we want to give thanks for the leadership that you have bestowed upon me. Amen. Now be strong. I promise you that we will emerge from this time of tribulation stronger than ever. You all have faith in Jesse?
Yes.
Has Jesse ever let you down?
No.
Then be at peace. Now, Sister Claudia will lead you in the morning hymn.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like...
There. The insulin should make you feel better.
I hope so.
I know so. Well, the big day is almost here, Peg.
Big day?
Friday. The day Peg Allison guarantees herself a place in the kingdom of heaven. A seat at the right hand of God. You haven't changed your mind now, have you? About the money?
Huh? Oh, no. I'll do whatever you want.
Bless you.
Carl, you mean to tell me that there's nothing left in this damn bag that's gonna help her? That's great.
Oh, CJ.
This is something else, isn't it? You're a very special lady. But you gotta hang on.
From a used car salesman to a multi-millionaire playboy in 4 short years. If word ever got out that owner cult is so profitable, there'd be more shepherds than there'd be sheep. The moment I get my hands on that $3 million, it's sayonara, US of A.
What about your flock? What happens to them?
Well, they were looking for a messiah when I found them. They'll either get smart and go home, or find themselves another one. There's plenty of them out there.
We're now going to switch back to our remote unit that's been covering the bizarre disappearance of Detective Matt Houston and lawyer C.J. Parsons. Any new developments out there, Sharon?
Let's ask Lieutenant Michael Hoyt, the man who's heading up
Check out
this
the other end of the house.
investigation. What can you tell us, Lieutenant?
Only that we're in the process of issuing APBs on Reverend Jesse Mercer and members of his congregation.
Charging them with?
Investigation of kidnapping and murder.
It's Gambler. Tell them we're gonna move. We'll roll out of here in 3 minutes.
must be some kind of trouble.
Let's hope it's the kind of trouble that helps us.
I say we kill all three of them now.
And I say we kill nobody. Until I have Peg Allison's inheritance in hand, we're long out of this country. Now, you stay here, make sure nothing happens to our guests.
I hate to pack it in, but I don't know where to start looking.
Colts are like moles. They can crawl in a California hole and surface in Colorado.
Remind me to give both of you my lecture on positive thinking. In the meantime, turn around.
All right, fellas, spread up. Hold it right there.
You must be Lieutenant Hoyt. Slander I've heard on my car radio. The blasphemer who calls me a kidnapper and a murderer.
Oh, look.
No, now you look. And listen. We have been in Arizona for the past week on our annual retreat into the desert.
How do you explain a helicopter?
I can't. I've never seen it. We've been in Arizona.
You can prove that? You have witnesses?
You're surrounded by witnesses. We all vouch for one another. Thou shalt not bear false witness, and thou shalt either arrest me and risk a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, or get off this property right now, because I am in no mood to forgive those who trespass. Need I remind you how the court deals with infidels who violate the First Amendment and its freedom of religious guarantees?
Clear the premises! That's an order!
Lieutenant, you're not gonna let this creep get off the hook so easily. You can't let
I wanted the premises cleared. That applies to you too, Allison.
Carl? I can't get a pulse.
No, I got her pulse. It's weak, though. We gotta get her to a hospital.
Carl, you just keep her alive. I'm gonna get us out of here.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir. You have made yourself perfectly clear, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. Yes, sir. The good night to you, too, sir.
That's telling him.
This may surprise you, but I have a family to feed. I like my job. I have my own office. I have my own police car. I get a chance to wear a suit and a tie. And I have no desire to go back out on foot patrol.
So you tell the captain anything he wants to hear?
When he's right, yes.
Roy, we have no proof that Jesse Mercer has broken any laws. That cult leader is hiding behind the Constitution, the American flag, and apple pie. And my hands are completely tied.
Well, mine aren't.
Roy.
Lieutenant. My nephew and CJ are missing. Maybe dead. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to do something about it.
You're my attorney. You're paid to do what I tell you.
Miss Allison, I'm also paid to give you advice. And I'm advising you to reconsider. As executor of your parents' will, I have certain obligations. And I feel I wouldn't be doing my job unless I warn you that...
Mr. Addison, I don't want to argue. Just bring me my inheritance. All $3 million this afternoon in cash. 4 o'clock, Cassandra Park, by the fountain.
Bingo.
I see Riggs, but no Scanlon.
Almost home now.
There's a Bible passage that says the love of money is the root of all evil. And I can't wait to get my hands on all $3 million worth of that evil.
Thank you. All set. Our chartered jet's ready to take off the minute we hit the airport.
First stop, Buenos Aires. That's after I faith heal our little diabetic. Well, that's it. Let's go. You know something? I'm gonna miss all this. There's a certain something about having power. Total control over people. Life and death say so. Oh, what the hell? Pegged $3 million and the rest of the money I got stashed around, I'll be able to buy everything I'll ever need. Including power.
Now be of good cheer. By the time I return with Peg's love offerings, your lives will be drastically changed.
How so, Jesse?
Now, that's a surprise. But I can tell you this much. It has something to do with going international.
Man, you bugged his office. Roy, that is against the law.
Now you tell me. Lieutenant, I got the name of Peggy Allison's lawyer from her brother. I had to take the chance that she might call in and set the time of the meeting.
What good is that going to do you?
I'm going to be there. Once Mercer has Peg Allison's money, he's going to kill her. I got to stop him.
Alone?
Oh, I figure he'll have a little help.
You don't know how good it is to see you, boy. Where's CJ?
Uncle Roy, she was shot. She's in the hospital right now. It's all right. She's going to be fine.
Well, now you can join us.
You're coming?
Oh, somebody's got to make sure you two don't break the law.
Hey, wait. Where are we going?
To baptize a phony preacher.
It all seems to be there. That's quite a bit of money I have in there, Reverend. Have you thought about putting it in a safe place? Well, actually, I have thought about it quite a lot.
Jesse, wait!
Hold it, Mercer!
Roy, you keep an eye on the girl and make sure the Peg gets to the hospital, all right?
Looks great. Look at the sunset.
Isn't it fabulous? And the weather's great there this time of year. Look at the white sand beaches.
I've never been there.
Oh, you're kidding.
Never ever.
Oh, and the food is so good. And they eat like a pig.
Beaches.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
I know. I'm going to take surfing lessons, I think.
Surfing?
Well, maybe not.
CJ, what are you doing?
Oh, Houston. The doctor said that I had to take the next 3 weeks off, so I thought I'd take a vacation.
Maybe Hawaii.
A vacation?
Uh-huh. What's the matter?
Well, it's just when you were in the hospital, things kind of stacked up around here.
Yeah, it's paperwork. Some of it looks urgent.
Yeah, all of it. CJ, I'm sorry. I just didn't know that you'd planned on taking some more time off. I promised Murray that you would go over some of this paperwork with him. No, you need the time off.
No, Houston, I won't take vacation. If you need me to stay here, I will.
Excuse me. Miss Parsons' limo is ready.
I didn't order a limo.
We did. Your private jet departs for Hawaii in 1 hour.
I don't believe you guys.
Did you really think that we were going to rob you of your recuperation time, huh?
What about the paperwork?
Oh, come on, forget about it. It's not a problem. And we sent it to Hawaii yesterday. Let's go.